Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Dio about to react to this video by Jew Almighty. It's titled, Japan is falling for anti-black propaganda. Haven't they always? You know, a lot of these Asian countries, they be racist. They be anti-black specifically. Well, at least their mindset is, if you travel to these places, the chances of, somebody saying something to you or doing something to you, I feel like is pretty low because they are more reserved and, they ain't gonna do shit. So you can still go to their countries and like, what's up, I'm here, and then what you gonna do about it? Nothing. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy what y'all got to offer here, and still have a good experience. But yeah, these places, a lot of the places around the world, though, if we're being honest, do I ever let that stop me from traveling anywhere? No. I'm going to Japan this year. I'm going back. All right, but what's up? But yeah, I'm not surprised by this title at all. But let's see what he has found. Let's watch.
Apparently, some Japanese people see black people like we're overpowered.
Not them trying to compare that to a black person. That's from Scooby-Doo. It's a mask.
We're unstoppable, highly violent, super dangerous Viltrumites.
In Japan, we think they're scary.
And that became painfully obvious when Twitter rolled out an auto-translate feature, letting everyone see tweets from all over the world in their native language. Almost instantly, a tweet went viral that Japanese people are afraid of black people.
Like, you'll just walk up to someone, they'll literally be retreating. Like, you'll be walking up, talking to them respectfully, and they'll literally be retreating like you're about to body slam them or just like choke slam them or something.
That's also very important to be aware of as well. It's a very different experience living in, a lot of these places versus traveling to. I do imagine that people who live in these countries are definitely going to experience more direct racism at some point.
We're some kind of threat to their existence just because we're naturally bigger than them. Of course, black people just minding our business were definitely caught off guard.
I'm like, what is they fuck me for?
And they sparked a lot of discourse about global anti-blackness stereotypes and propaganda.
Japanese people are not oblivious to the projection of racial stereotypes in media. In the 20th century, film had representations of the black other, where Japanese people identified with the white protagonists of Western adventure films.
And black people from around the world united to respond to that tweet in the funniest way possible, which is why I love us. But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it. This is the tweet that kicked all of this off. The number of encounters with black people in my neighborhood is steadily increasing. Their skeletal structure and the way their muscles are built are on a completely different level from Japanese people. I'm slim, so if I get pinned down, it'd be over in seconds. What? I never imagined that violent small foreigner would climb the ranks in my predictions of my own cause of death. I couldn't have pictured that even a few years ago. Things change when you least expect them to, huh? Keep in mind, this was a Japanese tweet from a Japanese account, not expecting black people to actually see it. But as you can see, it went viral. It got 23 million views. It wasn't hit black Twitter, it was over. The responses out the gate were just hilarious. You're describing us like we're an infantry of Big Dick Randy disciples. What are you talking about? Nigga describing us like we're Viltrumites. And this one actually stuck, especially with what's going on in Invincible right now. Group of white men nukes Japan, killing 100,000. We love white men.
Exactly. Listen, they have a lot of issues. Now, I don't want to direct this to every Japanese person at all, but let's just talk about their mindset in general, because yes, let's take this sentence here and think about how anime is, if you look at a lot of anime, a lot of those characters are white. You would think that they would make some of those characters Japanese, or at least most of them, the more popular ones. No, but you see a lot of white, blonde hair, blue-eyed characters. I'm just like, they really put like white people on a pedestal. It's pretty sad.
Gets into a fight with a black tourist. All black people are scary. That's pretty much accurate. And really my beef with people that have problems with black people globally. We didn't invade any countries. We didn't colonize anybody. We haven't bombed anybody. We be minding our black business. And on top of that, historically in America, we have been victimized by white society and the federal government for over 400 years.
We are the problem. We have been the problem since day one. Beating black people, lynching black people, segregation, Jim Crow, the genocide of Native Americans, the Trail of Tears. Asians in internment camps, because how dare an Asian come to America? We have to put him in camps because we have to make sure America stays white. Stealing the land from Mexico, stealing the land from the Native Americans, stealing black people on the Middle Passage. Most of you people don't even know what the hell it is or how many people died.
Japanese people are more scared of black people than the people that nuked them twice. But due to propaganda from a racist government and discriminatory media that has pushed the narrative of black people being violent, dangerous criminals, the whole entire world has issues with us or is afraid of us instead of the people they've been in multiple wars with. And it's important to understand, I guess, the history or the context in which Japanese people see black people or how they learned or were introduced to black people. A lot of them was media, was TV. So when you take that mix with the Asian communities wanting to have a closer proximity to whiteness, I guess you kind of get the vibe.
Japanese people are not oblivious to the projection of racial stereotypes in media. In the 20th century, film had representations of the black other where Japanese people identified with the white protagonists of Western adventure films. In 1949 and 1950, Gone with the Wind ranked second and third on Japan's bestsellers list. Japanese theatrical renditions of Gone with the Wind showcase blackface performances. It can be argued that blackface in Japan is seen as an homage or appreciation for black people. However, a lot of it is racial violence that mimics American and European blackface. Then came the influence of television. This became a new medium for American-produced media to continue and perpetuate the myth of white America and black people appearing in a limited and stereotypical capacity. In a 1991 study, 2,219 foreigners appeared on Japan's 5 major networks. 84.9% of these foreigners were white. Black people accounted for 4.5%. These commercials emphasized a very positive representation of white people, while black people were reduced to hypersexuality and stereotypes. Now, in modern Japan, black faces are seen on TV as musicians, entertainers, rappers, athletes, etc.
From that point on, it was all Vilshamite and JJK jokes from black people. How Japanese see us. First off, this picture is hard as fuck. I'm saving this one. But facts, that's basically how they described us. Like, we are Vilshamites just by existing. Which makes me wonder, what is the average size of a Japanese man? The average height of a Japanese man is approximately 5'7". The average weight of 17-year-old boys is approximately 137 pounds. In the United States, the average black male is approximately 5'9" and between 198 to 201 pounds. So yeah, naturally we're larger people than the Japanese, but it's not that much of a difference for them to see us as some dangerous monstrosities walking toward them. Black people, according to this Japanese person, these joints are endless, but it is so accurate. The way their muscles are built are on a completely different level. Japanese people seeing a black person walking down the street. Check this out. This Japanese woman in Japan, there's barely any black people there. Where do you think she learned how to talk like this? Racist narratives about black people have always been populated and they've always preceded us. I remember this clip from black veterans talking about going to Vietnam, I think it was, and being called the N-word. And they're like, how would they even know the N-word?
They come over here, they get, all right, a Vietnamese girl, she called me a nigga. A nigga, Vietnamese girl, I know it's not part of their language. Ain't nobody tell me it's part of their language, but I'm gonna go over here. The beast, you know that? They don't like us. They say, we start trouble. Now who done put this stuff in their mind?
The JJK references all been on point too. What a Japanese person think a black person would do to them if they slightly offend them? So cool to take it off hands as Shibuya. Japanese people think when they see a black person?
In Japan, we think they're scary, but they're fancy. From my perspective, I think they're fancy, but I'm kind of a little bit scary. Okay, the reason. When I was a child, when I was in elementary school, junior high school, there are no black people in Shibuya or in Roppongi. If you go out at night, there's so many black people there. But you know, like when I was a kid, like I don't go out. But like if you go to Takeshita-dori in Harajuku, there are some black people trying to sell watch, like hand watch, and they're kind of like trying to sell the watch like aggressively. And that was only my impression for black people when I was a child. So maybe that's why. Pretty sure they're also kind, but their way to sell something was kind of aggressive. So that's why I felt scary. I never got to talk with them until I turned 20 in my life. And then actually when I went to Tanzania for the first time when I was in university, I was so scared. There are no Asians, and even I didn't see any like white people there. There are only black people, and I was like, this is so scary.
Why'd you
I just
go
felt
there,
so
Goofy?
scary. And the people at the airport had a gun, and I never seen a gun in my life. So I was like, this is so scary. But after that volunteering, I realized, oh, they're actually really kind, and it's so nice to talk with them. But after that, I was studying over in Taiwan. I made a lot of friends, but black people friends there, like from Canada or from America, also studying over in Taiwan. And actually, I dated with a black person before.
I was dying laughing when she whispered that. Is it that bad she gotta whisper it? But at least she's honest with her perspective of why she was initially afraid of black people until she met them and started talking to them and interacting. How black people are viewed in Japan. And that was not the only tweet. There were a bunch of tweets like this that came from Japanese.
Why are they
Twitter.
merging their Twitters?
Even in my neighborhood,
Keep them
or
over
on the
there.
train, there are definitely more black people around. And above all, their bills are just different. The moment I see them, I think no matter how you look at it, Japanese people can't compete with that. Even
Why
the
you trying
women,
to
even if
compete?
their height is about the same, have this thickness that's heavyweight from another.
You know what? This makes sense why people don't fuck with me. I get this question a lot, like, oh, how do you feel traveling as a black woman? I feel like I've definitely said this before. If I haven't said it online, I've definitely said it to my friends and family. But I feel like as a black woman, you should not be nearly as scared as other races of women, because some people are just naturally afraid of you, and that kind of works to your advantage, to be honest. At least for me, because I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to socialize with any of these people. I'm going for the sights. I'm here for the country. I'm not really trying to, be buddy with y'all and hang out with y'all. I don't give a fuck about y'all. Let's be clear, okay? If I'm just being honest, I'm here to see the country. So I don't really want people to talk to me anyway. But it's like, people don't ever really say much to me. I had one incident, which I vlogged. I've talked about this before. It's on my second channel, where somebody was xenophobic. It was this weird ass old crusty man with busted teeth, who was being xenophobic towards me because I'm American, and he kept saying, "Oh, this is not America. You don't know this country," or whatever the hell. It was a whole ghetto situation. But anyway, that's the only time anybody has ever bucked up to me, and I was like shocked, like, oh. Because usually people, even if they have like a racist mindset, they don't say anything slick to me. They don't, they're not rude to me or anything. If they are racist, then maybe, they just avoid me, which I prefer. If you ignorant or racist, stay the fuck over there. But yeah, I'm like, okay, this adds up. This is interesting, because I feel like that is definitely working to your benefit. If you're a black woman, you want to solo travel, take advantage of your privilege, sis. So it's a backwards, twisted ass privilege, but it is what it is. It's like when people think about, oh, I'm thinking about taking and people trying to kidnap people. Ain't nobody gonna kidnap your black ass. They scared of you, all right? They just like, she might be able to fight back, and she might be able to take me, So, there's that. And obviously I'm kind of joking, but anybody can get taken from anywhere, obviously. But yes, I'm just saying, overall, I do think that black women kind of have the advantage of, people just not wanting to fuck with you. Like, let me not piss her off. So it's like, hey, I'll take it. As long as you ain't coming at me sideways and being weird and, calling me any names or touching me or anything, we good to go. Stay over there. Anyway.
I guess they're talking
This
about
is so
cake.
ridiculous.
But I think that if they punch me, one hit might kill me.
Hey,
Why are they thinking about getting punched or choked or slammed or anything?
might. Watch your mouth.
Like that. It fills me with this unbearable fear. They got to get their lives together. Me coming over to kill you with one punch. Right? Because we be normal people. They are probably talking about the most normal, regular-sized black people ever. And again, the responses to these tweets just had me dying. How African men must have touched down in Japan to have little bro shook like this. Sometimes I love this app. Facts, because the black Viltrumites are dope. This brother right here explains what it's like, at least for him as a black man living in Japan.
As a black person, your spirit makes them scared.
Spirit.
I figured it out. They're scared that the fact that black people aren't scared of anything. They're scared how we walk around with so much confidence. They're afraid how straight up.
Because I'm out here. What's up? I'm here. What's up? what you gonna say about it? Because people always say that as well. Like, oh, as a black person, I don't want to go here. Or, oh, because these people might be racist. Fuck these people. They ain't gonna do shit. Even the dude that I got into it with on the train, he wasn't gonna do nothing. I was like, stop talking to me. Shut up. Anyway. And I went on about my business. You wasn't gonna get close to me. You wasn't gonna do anything. Like, I have that confidence in knowing that you won't play with me. Nobody's gonna do anything. I feel like you're more at risk in America than anywhere else, to be honest. if you visit. He lives there though, so that's a personal problem. I would fucking never. And that's another question that people always ask me as well, is like, oh, would you live in another country, or what country would you like to live in? Nowhere. I'd rather live here. I would never want to live in another country.
If you know anything about the Japanese culture, honesty is disrespect. Being yourself and being a natural human is disrespect. One thing that annoys me a lot about being here, that like makes me feel very uncomfortable, like you'll just walk up to someone, they'll literally be retreating. Like you'll be walking up talking to them respectfully, and they'll literally be retreating like you're about to body slam them or just like choke slam them or something. Some guys do this,
Go home, brother.
you know, but a lot of women do this, especially like in the stores. Especially when you ask them for some directions or just trying to like start a little conversation. They'll literally be retreating and stuff. It's not even a conscious thing that they do. It's just like a subconscious thing. They'll be retreating, they'll be quick as fuck. It's like they're in fight or flight mode. It's like they're literally about to just run for the hills. It's like they can't really handle the energy that a black person possesses. I've been in Asia for over a year now, all around Asia. And Japan is the craziest I've ever experienced as far as being afraid of black people.
More just scared of black people tweets. It is insane. The black folks who come to my shop are always grinning, cheerful types. They hang out at the nearby family restaurant, but they're scary.
That don't even make
Scary
sense.
how? They're polite, they're happy, they're smiling and minding their business, but they're terrified of us. Just the response. Ooga booga boo. Japanese people seeing a black person enter the store to purchase a product. As you could
okay, now this makes this hilarious because at first I thought this was somebody being racist, like, oh, this is what I think of when I look at black people, but no, this is a response to their initial comment. Okay, that's hilarious.
Japanese people seeing a black person enter the store to purchase a product. As you could imagine, more people are probably afraid of or intimidated by black men than they are black women. But I thought it was also important to give a black woman's perspective who's living in Japan.
I live in the countryside of the Chiba prefecture, so it is all natives who do not speak English. Within my specific city, there's not many other American foreigners. There's a lot of Indians and Thai people. But within the surrounding cities, there are maybe a dozen foreigners, and if they are American, they're all white for the most part. But I get along really well with them, and everyone in town treats me really kindly, even though my Japanese is super duper bad. I've never been treated rudely by anyone in town. That said, I travel on most weekends, actually. Sometimes to Tokyo, which is basically all foreigners, and I rarely run into rude instances there as well. We're used to seeing foreigners, so it's really not that big of a deal in my experience. In the 8 months...
Yeah, that was my experience as well. And I was in Japan for like 3 weeks. I have heard people say that they've experienced racism there, and I'm just like, I just feel like it's less common because, they get a lot of tourists from all over, so they're used to seeing black people. But yeah, if you go to the countryside, that might be a different situation. But she's saying they've been nice to her and she's lived there. But everybody's
lived here. I've had maybe 4 weird experiences that have happened because I am black. These both happened maybe a month or 2 ago when I was traveling around Tokyo with a black man. In one instance, we went to go sit on a train, and there was a Japanese lady who had already been sitting on the bench. Before our butts could even hit the seat, she was up and out of there, like a completely different car altogether. She did not want to be anywhere near us. She looked absolutely disgusted. So that was the first time I experienced something called a gaijin seat, which means that Japanese people will go out of their way to avoid you because you are sitting somewhere on the train.
And then this post, which is funny because it's also accurate to what black people are feeling. Like, what did we do to y'all for y'all to be afraid of us? Japanese people have an unhealthy fear of black people when in fact it is white men who are sexually harassing their women, white men who bomb them into submission, when the black African population in Japan is 0.015%.
Jason still loves you. He also thinks you're great, but actually she is the best.
They have fucking Hiroshima there. Like, get up out of here.
Japan Twitter getting jumped by various countries and groups for saying some crazy things that offended people for various reasons thanks to the auto-translate feature. The auto-translate tweet feature is not bringing the world together. No, because the things my eyes have seen from Japanese Twitter. And then there's this street interview of a woman interviewing young Japanese about black people answering questions, which is interesting.
個人のイメージってどんなイメージがありますか？歯が白い。大きいと思います。アホ 見てる体が
筋肉質みたいなイメージですか？
はい高い。
愛知の初恋は黒人の男性です。ボクサーのメイウェザーが初恋なんですよ。どんなとこがかっこいいと思いましたか？ボクシングに向き合う姿勢とお金のが大好きです。黒人が羨ましいと思う点とかってありますか？女の人だったらかっこよく見える。どういうところが？
が高くていいなって思います。
皆さんの周りに黒人のお友達とか知り合いっていますか？
クラスに
わかりますか？
わかんない。でも手足長い。
会いたいと思いますか？
付き合いたいです。
イエーイ待ってます。なんでですか？
かっこいい。顔がタイプです。
黒人の方は日本で差別に遭うと思いますか？
思わないです。
思わないです。気にしたことないです。
平等に接してるからみんながみんな平等に。
I honestly think it's dope how everyone responded to those clearly racist, stereotypical tweets about black people. It was all jokes and dope artwork to call out the ridiculousness of those tweets. Again, black people for the most part haven't done anything to anyone around the world to justify the amount of hate that we get, as opposed to people who have started wars with everyone across the world and colonized them. Like, what did we do to you?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't give a fuck though. I'm gonna go where I want around this globe, okay? I'm pulling up to your country, and what's up? What you gonna do about it? Nothing. I got my money. I'm here. I'm in these hotels. I'm in y'all cafes. I'm in the restaurants. I'm going to the tourist sites. And what about it? You know? So yeah, how they feel is not my business personally. Just don't play with me. Don't talk to me crazy. Don't touch me. And we good to go. But yeah, I mean, this is global, to be honest. You can't worry about this stuff. What am I about to be worried about racist people online for, or even in these random countries, and how they feel about black people? That's not my business personally. It just is what it is. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.